and it's my pleasure to introduce Senator Wright. He is my senator from the 25th District, representing Laundry Park, Athens, Compton, Gardena, Florence, Hawthorne, Inglewood, Ladera Heights, Lawndale, some parts of Long Beach, Los Angeles, San Pedro, Westchester, Westmont, and Willowbrook. And you do have a Thomas guy in your car, Senator, when you brought around the district. Thank you. At this time, Senator Rod Wright.
We were almost going to have some fun. My colleagues and I observed that the black guy was swearing in the black guy, and that the Asian guy was swearing in the Latino guy. So we were going to switch it up. We concluded that probably wouldn't be funny to the people. But it's my honor to swear in Willard Murray. I've known Willard for more years than I'm going to admit. Willard used to work for Sam Yorty, and I met him back at that time. But Willard, as some of you know, is a kind, gentle, shrinking violet. And having met Willard doing slates and mail and campaigns over the years, knowing his children, many of you know Willard's son was in the legislature. They are, to date, the only father-son team that served in the legislature together. His daughter is a deputy DA. Willard has, again, been my friend for more years than I want to admit. I never worked for Yorty. I never worked for Yorty myself, but between Tom Bradley and all of the other people that we've served with together, both in the legislature and around, and I'm honored to be here today to celebrate this day with my friend Willard Murray. Now, you understand when you do this that the police can come get you if you, this is what gets you in trouble. Yeah, this is the, you know, and you got your lawyer over there.
I think I've got 4 or 5 more. Just in case.
But you'll notice though, when something happens, they all leave. But if you raise your right hand, we in the right.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah. Is that, okay, see, I didn't get that. I didn't get the memo. You raise your right hand.
I,
Willard H. Murray Jr.,
Willard H. Murray Jr.,
during such times as I hold the office of director
I hold the office of director
with the Water Replenishment District of Southern California,
with the Water Replenishment District of Southern California,
do so solemnly swear
do so solemnly swear
that I will support and defend
that I will support and defend
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of California
and the Constitution of the State of California
against all enemies,
against all enemies,
foreign and domestic,
foreign and domestic,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance
that I will bear true faith and allegiance
to the Constitution of the United States
to the Constitution of the United States
and to the Constitution of the State of California,
and to the Constitution of the State of California,
that I take this obligation freely
that I take this obligation freely
without mental reservation
without mental reservation
or purpose of evasion,
or purpose of evasion,
and that I will
that I will
faithfully discharge the duties
faithfully discharge the duties
upon which I am about to enter.
upon which I am about to enter.
Congratulations, Director.
Do I get to make a speech?
Sure.
Don't run off, Senator.
I want to talk about it.
I want to thank Senator Wright for honoring me with this ceremony. He and I have been friends for a long time, close to 40 years. And he's been a very good friend and certainly a very outstanding public official. And we worked together back in the day when I guess neither one of us were even thinking about elective office. certainly want to thank him for being a good friend and a good public servant. And we've got some bills that we're interested in. Will be coming your way pretty soon. And I hope my remarks were flattering enough for you to pay attention to those bills when we come bringing them to you.
As long as they don't cost money.
Good thing.
Because you ever heard, we broke.
Thank you, Senator Wright. We're also honored today to have Assemblyman Warren Furutani, who is here to administer the oath of office. Lillian Kawasaki, our director from Division 3. Warren, former community college trustee, and now has commenced his second term in the Assembly, representing the 55th District, including the cities of Carson, Lakewood, Long Beach, and Harbor City and Harbor Gateway area, as well as Wilmington. Welcome, Assemblyman Furutani.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure and honor to be here to swear in my dear friend Lillian Kawasaki. I don't think it's lost on any of us that when you look at your water board, the diversity that sits and represents all of our communities. I'm sure Lillian would like to have a sorority sister up there, but I'm sure that she's pleased to be able to share the dais with the rest of her brothers in this water issue. But I think that speaks to the importance of the water board, and I really credit people like Willard Murray and Merv Dimely, who really took the issue of water boards to the public, and that rather than be a body that sort of flew below the radar and a lot of people didn't realize was so important in our everyday lives, and I mean that literally. I think Willard and Merv and others made sure that people knew that the representation on the water board should be representative of the many different, very diverse communities that you represent. And the issue of water, as everybody knows, even though we talk about Mark Twain and the concept of whiskeys for drinking and waters for fighting, well, I can tell you from the Catholic perspective, that absolutely is true. The drinking and the fighting. So let me ask my good friend that I've known for many years, we've worked on a lot of projects together. One of them that I know is dear to her heart and mine is the Manzanar concentration camp that Japanese Americans were put in during World War II. When I engaged the issue years ago back in the 60s, actually I was very shocked when we were trying to secure the property in the Upper Owens Valley for a historical monument, that the people we had to talk to was the Los Angeles Department of Water and Power. So again, that puts water in perspective. So Lillian, if you could join me, please. Lillian, please raise your right hand. Repeat after me. I state your name.
Lillian Kawasaki,
During these times as I hold the office of Director
I hold the office of Director
of the Water Replenishment District of Southern California,
of the Water Replenishment District of Southern California,
so do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support and defend
that I will support and defend
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of California
and the Constitution of the State of California
against all enemies, foreign and domestic,
against all enemies, foreign and domestic,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance
that I will bear true faith and allegiance
to the Constitution of the United States
to the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of California,
and the Constitution of the State of California,
and I take this obligation freely
and I take this obligation freely
without mental reservation or purpose of evasion,
without mental reservation or purpose of evasion,
and that I will well and faithfully discharge the duties
and that I will well and faithfully discharge the duties
upon which I'm about to enter.
which I'm about to enter.
Congratulations.
Just a very few words, as Warren said, who is also my assembly member. we've known each other for many, many years, and it's a particularly special that Warren is able to be here to do my oath. And he is an incredibly dedicated assembly member and really lifelong public servant, and probably in many ways really your love and passion for education and civil rights and the intersection of both of those. And so this is very special, so thank you, Warren. Just very quickly, just wanted to acknowledge, many of the supporters and voters that are in my district. And then finally, you can never do this job, especially elected office in this time, without really the love and support of your family. So he's going to be embarrassed, but I do want to acknowledge that my husband's here today, and if he might stand. Craig Carter. Thank you very much.
All right, next we have Assemblymember Ricardo Lara here that will administer the oath of office to our President Sergio Calderon. And Assemblymember Lara was elected just this past November, represents the 50th Assembly District. And I might just take a moment as an aside to say that we haven't seen a member of the 50th Assembly District in our building for at least 6 years that I know of, since I've been on the board. Just a historical note. Assemblymember Lara represents the cities of Bell Gardens, Bellflower, lots of bells, Commerce, Cudahy, Linwood, and Southgate, as well as portions of Walnut Park, Downey, and the Florence area. So it's now my pleasure to introduce Assemblymember Ricardo Lara.
Definitely, it's an honor to be back representing the 50th District. And by the way, that's not my prom picture. Everybody says. That's the running joke in the assembly. They're like, oh, Ricardo put his prom picture up. That's the magic of makeup and Photoshop and everything. But I wanted to thank you for inviting me, Sergio, especially. It's an honor to swear you in and know that WRD has a friend in the 50th Assembly District, and that we're going to work tirelessly to ensure that we not only have the water quality, but that we protect the rights of our working families in the 50th District. And know that, I've been, my stump speech is, we're going through some tough times in the 50th District. And I come from a big family where when one of us is hurting and one of us needs help, the entire family comes around and helps each other. And so I asked the WRD and the folks around me to really help us with Bell. We're going through some tough times, but it is one of our cities. And the folks that got away with what they did do not represent the working families in Bell. The hardworking people that live in Bell, the students that are working hard to make sure that they go to higher education and represent the community is the true face of Bell. And so we're working together to ensure that in the 6 years, if I'm lucky enough to get reelected, to come back, we're gonna make Bell a model city. And so we're working hard on that. And I know Sergio is gonna help me do that. So Sergio, if you can come up. Okay, may you please raise your right arm. I state your name.
I, Sergio Calderon,
During such times as
during such times as
I hold the office of Director
I hold the office of Director
with the Water Replenishment District of Southern California,
with the Water Replenishment District of Southern California,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support and defend
that I will support and defend
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States,
and the Constitution of the State of California
the Constitution of the State of California,
against all enemies, foreign and domestic,
against all enemies, foreign and domestic,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance
that I will bear true faith and allegiance
to the Constitution of the United States
to the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of California,
and the Constitution of the State of California,
that I take this obligation freely
that I take this obligation freely
without mental reservation or purpose of evasion,
without mental reservation or purpose of evasion,
and that I will well and faithfully discharge the duties
and that I will well and faithfully discharge the duties
upon which I'm about to enter.
on which I'm about to enter.
Congratulations.
I can only say that I look forward to working with our new assembly member for the 50th District. You are a true friend, and we look forward to working on many different policies regarding water through the years, and other things, whatever is going to be supported, and please count on me. I would like to also take this opportunity to thank the people that are here to witness our swearing in or taking of office ceremonies. I'm going to name some people that I see here in public. Francesca, who led us in the Pledge of Allegiance. Thank you for being here. Thank you for helping. Thank you for your support. We have what I call my Maywood crew over here in the back. Thank you for being here. Sandy, Sarah Palin of Maywood, she is well known. And I want to thank all the electeds that are here present for supporting me here. We have Mr. Medina. We have former Board of Trustee member Billy Hernandez here in the back. And I was getting nervous at these sort of events, so if I miss anyone, I do apologize. Mr. Follows, Mr. Villa, Bob, thank you for being here, and of course all the electeds again. Thank you so very much, and we'll get on with the course of business. Thank you for being here.
I do want to indulge everyone a couple of more minutes, please. This is a very historic time here at WRD. This is the first time in the history of the Water Replenishment District where 3 elected board members were re-elected. And think about it, in 50 years of the Water Replenishment District, it's the first time that we've had 3 elected incumbents re-elected. And I think that's worthy of another applause for our I think it also speaks volumes as to what WRD is doing and where we're headed, and the importance of the Water Replenishment District. Also, at yesterday, 50 years ago yesterday, there was another significant historical event where Robert Kennedy, or John F. Kennedy, was sworn in, and he gave his inaugural address. And I was reviewing that inaugural address yesterday, and there are many words in his inaugural address that are famous, and we all know the part about ask not what your country can do for you, but ask what you can do for your country. But there are other parts that I think are very appropriate for WRD today because of WRD's present situation, and that we are presently at odds with a handful of our stakeholders. So I want to read a few words of President Kennedy's inaugural address, so I ask for your indulgence just for 2 minutes. So he begins by saying, fellow citizens, we observe today not just a victory, but as well as a new beginning, signifying renewal as well as the possibility of change. Let the word go forth from this time and place to friend and foe alike. Let every individual know